What's up, beauties? Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Today I'm going to be coming on and bringing you guys another hair review of this gorgeous hair that I am rocking here. And this is from the company White Label Hair Company. I've never tried any hair from this company before, but I'm going to be bringing you guys my first impression raw review of how I feel about this hair. And also, as you can see, the ends are colored, so I'm also going to be talking a little bit about how I went about doing this whole color process and constructing this wig that I'm wearing today. So if you guys are interested in hearing more, then just keep on watching. So what I'm going to talk about first is basically the packaging and also the specifications of this hair. Then I'm going to move on and talk about what I actually thought when I received it in the mail, you know, how it looked and felt and all of that. And then I'm going to get into basically how I constructed the wig and what I used for coloring it and all of that. So when I took the hair out, it actually came in individual packages like this, and it just says White Label Hair at the top of it, and on the back it has like a thank you and all of that, and on the bottom here it has care tips of like how you should co-wash the hair, seal the wefts, use a skilled professional when coloring. Of course, I disregarded that, but I got 4 of these, and then the lace closure also came within it as well. Now, in terms of the specifications of the hair, the closure itself, they didn't have any hair texture that matched the rest of the bundles, so they gave me something that closely resembled it. And the closure here is a lace closure, and it's a natural curl texture, and it's 16 inches in length. The rest of the bundles were 18-inch, 20-inch, and then 2 20-inch bundles. In terms of how the hair felt when I received it in the mail or when I opened it, I wish I would have come on and showed you guys what it looked like in basically its unaltered state or before I color processed it, because it looked a slight bit different, but you guys can see some of the hair that I still have left over and basically look at the darker parts of it to see exactly, you know, what you're getting. So as you can see here, the hair at the very top, this is unaltered, and it has a nice luster to it, a nice sheen to it, nice and shiny, but not overly shiny to the point where it looks like, you know, it's fake or anything. So I thought it looked pretty natural to me. Now the ends are a little bit lower in luster just because I colored them, of course, but I still feel like the hair took the color very well, where it's not too dusty and the ends didn't become split. It's not super dry or anything like that. The rest of the hair, the bundles and things like that, were rather full. Like, they were nice full bundles to the point where I didn't even need to use all of the hair. I requested 4 bundles and a closure, and originally when I constructed the wig, I did put all of that hair on the wig, and it was way too much. Like, it swamped me. And for me, I'm more so wanting to go for the natural look, or where it can kind of almost look like my hair even though it's a wig. So I had to redo it a little bit, and I ended up using almost 3 bundles and the lace closures. We're going to talk a little bit about the fact that the closure is a different texture than the rest of the hair. Now, to me, looking at it, I can definitely tell a difference between the 2 curls. I would have probably preferred that the closure be a little bit curlier than the rest of the hair, as opposed to it being straighter or a looser curl pattern than the rest of the hair, because the Burmese Curly is already more so of a wavy texture, not really a curly texture. So when you add something that's even looser on top of that, it kind of just looks like I'm rocking a braid out right now with the lace closure. So I don't really like that as much. And also, it's pretty hard to work with the closure because just like with any natural who has naturally curly hair, you know that you have multiple textures on your hair. So within that respect, you pretty much have to treat each part of your curly hair, each curly type on your head differently in order to have uniform styles. So I pretty much have to do the same thing with this closure, where I have to do a lot more scrunching to it, a lot more brushing of it with my Denman, a lot more diffusing, a lot of work to just the closure part of it. But the rest of the hair is a lot easier to manage to me. So I would definitely say I'm probably going to wear my wig more so like this with the headband, like I do most of my curly wigs. So for me, I'm probably going to revamp my wig just a little bit, take the lace closure off, and then use the rest of the bundles to do the Ivy Powell flip over method, just because I feel like that works a lot better for me. Now, for the coloring, I use the L'Oreal Excellence High Color Highlights for dark hair only. I saw quite a few videos on this on YouTube of other ladies who had naturally dark hair using this, and it it worked really great for them, and it also worked great for me. But I do have one kind of like downside to it, is the fact that each time you wash your hair, the color is going to fade a lot. So I've washed this wig about 2 times, and the color was a lot more vibrant than this when I originally did it. So I am going to have to go back on top with this box here. I color the bundles before putting them onto the wig or constructing them on the wig. I would definitely recommend that you not do that, especially if you're kind of like me, where you change your mind a lot, and one minute you want long hair, and then after the wig is complete you're like, actually I want short hair. So you end up wasting a lot of your money if you color all the bundles and end up cutting a lot of the hair off. So that's pretty much what happened with me. As you can see underneath here, it's not that much color on the ends, and I would have liked it to kind of go up a little bit more than this. So I'm gonna have to go back in and retouch it a little bit just to give me a little more of that burgundy cherry color to it. So I would definitely recommend that you construct the wig first, cut it, shape it, and all of that, and then go in with coloring, because you'll save a lot of money, a lot of time, and all of that. In terms of how the hair feels, it's definitely really, really soft, but I can totally see it going wrong and ending up being a dry, you know, bird's nest because of the like texture of it. Anything that has some sort of a wave or a curl to it, it can easily tangle up and mat, and you want to make sure that you wash this regularly or put some type of water or moisture in it regularly. Now, to style this hair, I use the exact same products and method that I use for all of my curly wigs. I have a tutorial video on here, so I will link that in the description box below, or you can press the little I here or over here and it will show you a listing of videos that are related to this one, and I will link that one in one of the iCards. I would say for this hair, if you want it to be more of a curl as opposed to like a really, really loose wave almost looking like a blowout, you're gonna want to diffuse the hair on low heat, because that was the only way I could get this much of a curl to my hair. Because when I originally air dried it, it looked really straight and it was kind of like a blowout, which I did not want. I wanted to look more curly. So I ended up having to diffuse it and making sure I do a lot of scrunching and all of that to it. So I'm just going to give you guys a nice little side view of this hair and see exactly how long it is. It's actually about the exact same length as my other curly wig, my Brazilian curly one, which I'm just in love with this length of hair for some reason, especially when it's curly. So I can't get around it, but hopefully you guys are getting a good shot of it and you might be able to see the color better. But it's a nice subtle color. I feel like it's perfect for the winter time. I may even take it up a notch when it gets to be warmer weather, but as I said, I am going to go over it one more time with this and probably focus a lot more on the ends, and then kind of have it like more of a 3 color, where it's the natural 1B color, the color that's already here now, and then like a brighter red. So it'll kind of mimic what my own natural hair looks like with all of the different colors. So loving it so far. I'm so excited that I was able to try out this Burmese curly hair. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and show your girl some love. If you are not a subscriber, then go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family as always. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.